to Florida. Be in New Jersey. Please welcome the folk music queen and fairy goddess, Elaine Silver. Yay! So I found this in my files in my computer, and it says 2009 on it. But I think it's really nice. It's a Pledge of Allegiance. And so I'm going to share it with you. I pledge allegiance to myself and to a united state of humanity and to the communities in which we dwell, in oneness through spirit, indivisible, with unity and blessings for all.
Oh, I love that.
There you go.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I like that. So, I don't know, I'm just going to kind of wing it tonight and do what feels good. So, this one, The Shadow of the Earth. Because we have a full moon tonight. I don't know what time it's going to be full. Did it hit the full thing yet? Because, you know, the moon is either waxing or waning. It's only full for that long and new for that long. So it's doing one or the other. So I know sometime today it's supposed to turn full, and it doesn't have that much more time. So, you know, but this says 2015 on it. I was suffering one night, and somebody wasn't nice to me. You know, somebody else. Can you imagine? Somebody that I played music with that, I'll even tell you her first name was Star, so there could only be one star in that little group. So, yeah, there was some things that happened, and I don't usually take things personally, but then it just got to me. So, and I was also, and I had lost my hearing in this ear, and the doctor put me on steroids. And at first, I was invincible, I could do anything, but then I had a little panic attack, which I've never had one since or before that, but it's the steroids. So that's part of the suffering, too. And I went outside, it was January, and I looked up and I see this beautiful new moon, but you know how the moons are, the crescents are usually like this or like this? This one was like this, so it looked like a smile. And it was also very clear, and you could see that new moon holding the full moon. You know, you could actually see the moon, but, you know, it was... And I used to have a partner, Nancy Weber. We wrote lots of songs together in the 80s. And whenever she would have a business, she always called it Lightwing. Okay, Lightwing. But then I realized why she called it Lightwing. She was talking about the moon and those wings, you know, that look like light wings. So this song came out as The Shadow of the Earth Gives the Moonlight Wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. And that was when the new moon was just starting to wax. So it's new moon's waxing. And then there's 2 verses about when the moon waxes, that's the time to call in the energies and gain and expand. And then when the moon gets full, it starts to wane. So then we sing full moon's waning. And then there's 2 verses about the full moon waning, and that's when you release and let go, and then you can exhale. You know, inhale, exhale. I'm going to teach you a part. It goes like this. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. New moon's waxing. Let's try it. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. New moon's waxing. A time to self-express, to feel the happiness, to vision and request what we see. We're bringing up the vibe, we're singing as a tribe. Our spirits can collide and be free. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings, new moons waxing. I open up my heart, the negatives depart, as I do my part for the good. Our spirit's sacred art creates a brand new start, knowing we are heard and understood. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings, new moons waxing. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the full moon gives the moonlight wings. Full moon's waning. A time now to release in the inner peace, to let go and to feel the victory. We're bringing up the vibe, we're singing as a tribe. Our spirits rest inside to be free. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. Full moon's waning. A time to self-express as I do my best, knowing I am blessed and I am free. A time now to release, to know that inner peace, to let go and to feel the victory. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. Full moon's waning. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. Full moon's waning. New moon's waxing. Full moon's waning. New moon's waxing. Let's say full moon. Full moon's waning. There you go. So it is. Is there anybody here from New Jersey? Anybody? Usually we're everywhere. Well, so I'll tell people, oh, I'm from New Jersey originally, and they go, oh, New Jersey?
Yeah, like that, yeah.
I don't know anybody from the Garden State that says New Jersey. Now, if they're from, east, like northeastern New Jersey by the Hudson River, I say sometimes, New Jersey. New Jersey, like it's Jeherzee. Can you say New Jersey? That's how you really say it. So I wrote a song, and it was here somewhere. I have so many songs. And it's called There's No OI in Jersey. So, there's not. So I'm going to teach you the chorus. It goes, there's no OI in Jersey. There's no OI in Jersey. It's like Jeherzee. There's no OI in Jersey. Can you help me with this? There's no OI in Jersey. There's no OI in Jersey. It's like Jeherzee. There's no OI in Jersey. I'm from the Garden State, I'm not from New York. And when we talk like that, we sound like dorks. And in New Jersey, we got Taylor ham and the sweet roll of pork. I forgot to tell you, there's a whole war. Like, North Jersey says it's Taylor ham, and South Jersey says it's pork roll, but it's the same thing. But they fight about it, okay? We got Taylor ham or the sweet roll of pork, but there's no OI in Jersey. Come on. There's no OI in Jersey. There's no OI in Jersey. It's like Jeherzee. There's no OI in Jersey. Jeherzee. When we go down the shore, right? You know about that. We don't go to the beach, we go down the shore. When we go down the shore, we get to the sea. We got the best tomatoes in humanity, but there's still no OI in Jersey. There's no OI in Jersey. There's no OI in Jersey. It's like Jeherzee. There's no OI in Jersey. We got the Ramapo Mountains and the Piney Woods. That's like mountains in the north and down by South Jersey. It's like desert almost. And the pines, these pines are called the Piney Woods. And then we got, what else do we got? We got country roads and suburban neighborhoods. We're the most crowded state in the whole country. But there's still no OI in Jersey. There's no OI in Jersey, oi. There's no OI in Jersey. It's like Jeherzee. There's no OI in Jersey. There you go. Thank you for being honorary New Jerseyans. I forgot I had to explain some of this stuff. You know, when I sing for people from New Jersey, they all know Down the Shore and Taylor ham and pork roll. And then one time I was staying at a friend's house I was staying at her house, and she has a store. I forgot what it's called now. Anyway, she had a metaphysical store, and she teaches a lot of full moon kind of things, metaphysical things. And so I did a festival at her store, and then I stayed over at her house because it was pretty far. It was at the very top of New Jersey, like the very top. It's like Vernon, New Jersey. And I was there by myself, and I opened the refrigerator, and there was this square box, and it said, Taylor's pork roll. So it had both on there. I took a picture of it. So that was pretty funny. And so let's do this one. This is an Iris DeMent song. You know her? You know, she's quite interesting. So she was, well, her mom's from Arkansas. And evidently her mom's a wonderful singer. And, but she's from California. You know, and when she talks, she sounds like my husband, who's from California, like not really any accent. But when she sings like her mama. You know, she sounds like that. I mean, she does. I mean, it's pretty cool. It takes a little bit of getting used to, don't you think? So I developed a program a number of years ago called The Spirit in Folk Music. So, and this was one of the songs I put in this Iris DeMent song about letting the mystery be. But she was raised Pentecostal, which is pretty severe. And I think what happened was, as she aged a little bit, got older, like we all do, I think she started thinking for herself. And she wrote a song called Let the Mystery Be. And I like this song a lot. Everybody's wondering what and where we all came from. Everybody's worrying about where they're gonna go when the whole thing's done. No one knows for certain, and so it's all the same to me. Think I'll just let the mystery be. Some say once you're gone forever, and some say you're gonna come back. Some say you rest in the arms of the Savior if in sinful ways you lack. Some say they're coming back in a garden, bunch of carrots and little sweet peas. Think I'll just let the mystery be. Everybody's wondering what and where they all came from. Everybody's worrying about where they're gonna go when the whole thing's done. No one knows for certain, and so it's all the same to me. Think I'll just let the mystery be. So I was raised Catholic. And my mom used to say, oh, she's a school angel and a house devil. Well, when I got to go to high school, they sent me to a convent because instead of saying, "Why is Elaine acting out?" they removed me from the family system. But you know what happened to me in that convent? I lived there. So I was a little bit of a problem child, I guess, at home. So guess what happened? I bloomed and I blossomed. Because that's what happens. Put me anywhere and I'm pretty good. They even made me the class president. So this is my favorite verse. Some say they're going to a place called glory, and I ain't saying it ain't a fact. But I heard that I'm on the road to purgatory, and I don't like the sound of that. I believe in love, and I live my life accordingly. I choose to let the mystery be. Everybody's wondering what and where they all came from. Stop that. Everybody's worrying about where they're gonna go when the whole thing's done. No one knows for certain, and so it's all the same to me. Think I'll just let the mystery be. Think I'll just let the mystery be. Okay, let the mystery be. It is a great song. I wish I wrote it, but okay. Well, I wrote this one. You might like this one too. So, studies show, this is a scientific thing, that women, generally speaking, say about 2 or 3 times as many words in a day as men do, right? So for every 1,000 words a man says, a woman says 2,000 or 3,000. Well, they point and grunt, So, and I know it's a generalization, and when I do this song, sometimes men get a little bit offended because it's called the male brain. And but what happened was, I was in the swimming pool. We have this really nice pool, and whenever I would be in the pool, my husband, sometimes he would join me in the pool, but most of the time, he would be like cleaning the pool, and I think he was keeping his eye on me. I don't know, but he was cleaning the pool, and so I kind of swam over to the edge, and I asked him a question. And it was as if I wasn't there. And I realized, oh my God, that's right, he can only do one thing at a time. Now, this isn't every man, but it's certainly my husband, and I want to thank him, James, for he does have a lot of patience for me. And anyway, it goes like this. And it just came out right in the pool. Never ask a man a question when he's doing something. Only ask a man a question when he's doing nothing. It's the male brain. It makes me insane. They can't multitask, so I have to wait to ask. Never tell a man a story when he's in his glory. Focusing on one thing and the money that it might bring. It's the male brain. Makes me insane. Multitasking is hell, so I'll have to wait to ask or tell. Now here's where I rectify myself. I can be conscious, I can be kind. I'm filled with awareness when I'm using my mind. So the male brain helps me choose to refrain from saying every little gosh darn detail that's going on in my brain, right? Never ask a man a question when he's doing something. Only ask a man a question when he's doing nothing. When he's doing nothing. Nothing is something. Okay, thank you. Sometimes I sing, he's always doing nothing. Not always. That's an absolute. There are no absolutes, or there's very few. So I almost never use them. So I just, I'm having a little challenge here with my throat. Been tired, so I'm going to have another cough drop. I should have bought stock in these things. I don't usually eat them unless I'm performing, and I have this. All right, so where are we going? Oh, how about some truth? How about a little bit of truth? Because it's the truth and fun. I'm kind of doing both. All right, so in Science of Mind, which is very similar to Unity, it's a little bit different though. Some things, just a little bit different direction sometimes. It's less scripture-based. It's kind of Buddhist. But we talk about, we are. Unity does too, but I mean, when we do the spiritual mind treatment, that prayer, 5-step prayer, the first step is recognition and recognizing that God is all there is. I think I talked about this morning in the meditation, but God is all there is. And it makes up everything, every cell, atom, neutron, proton, electron in every cell is made of this substance, this energy, this light, this power, this wisdom. And so that's the first step, recognizing that. And the second step is, it's called unification. Well, if God is all there is, it makes up everything in the seen and the unseen worlds, then I must be made of that too. And I say that I and each one here and everything here is 100% made of spirit, of that essence. And so when we cannot not be unified, but what we do is we unify in conscious awareness that I'm made of that source energy. And then the third step is the declaration or the realization, whatever we're praying for, I am, usually it's an affirmation. It doesn't have to be in the first person. Sometimes it could be we are, but it's always in the present tense because you're realizing it as though it were true. And then the fourth step is a gratitude step, and then we release it and let's let it go and get out of the way. So we like to say, well, the idea of faith. So faith is real, and it's good to have faith. But when you're in that unification step, which is the power of the prayer, we don't necessarily just have the faith in God, but we can call upon the faith of God. And isn't that a different distinction? The faith of God. I have the faith of God. And, because we are little gods, we're little individualizing expressions of that. And the human part of us gets to make the choices. But we get to be human for God. Like God gets to see and hear and taste and touch and feel and all that stuff through us, through its manifestation in the physical. I think it's really cool. It's like, well, we get to do something that God needs us for, and then God gets to do something that we need. We get to do things that, of course we depend on that. And then we can employ the faith of God. So this is about prayer and about universal consciousness called This I Know. There's a universal consciousness that comes with the thought that I am blessed. I know. This I know that you're part. This I know. I know. This I know. And I believe in my heart and mind with the faith of God that all is divine. I know. This I know. Prayer is communion, a sacred union, a secret place of the Most High. Prayer is an openness and a willingness to see the world with the eyes of God. I know. This I know. Verses I forgot. When I pray for you, you pray for me. This surpasses negativity, and I know. This I know. The light of God is an energy. It binds us as one family, and I know. This I know. Prayer is communion, a sacred union, a secret place of the Most High. Prayer is an openness and a willingness to see the world with the eyes of God. I know. This I know. I know. This I know. So it is. Here you go. Okay. All right. How about this one? I would have done this last year, but that's okay. It wasn't the last time I played it. So I have a program called From Breakdown to Breakthrough. You know, when we have you can have a breakthrough. You know, you could just like, I had a little epiphany, and that could be a breakthrough. But most of the time, before you have a breakthrough, there's a breakdown, you know. And it's like, well, before I got married, I was looking for a man. It took me 9 years to find my third husband. I was looking for a man. I found a good one. 15 years. And you know, I was online. So I always ask them, what's the difference between religion and spirituality? And I think Alan Cohen told me this. And so they say, oh, this, that, you know, I could kind of get where they were at. But the answer, the punchline is, religion is for people who believe in hell, and spirituality is for those of us who've been there, right? And when we get to that hell place, because we all go there, yeah, it's mental. So this one man that I did end up having a short relationship with, this was all in the online thing. So I asked him, and then I gave him the punchline, and then he said, "Hell. I was there once. That's where I found God." And it's amazing because, you get to that place, you can call it hell, whatever, you hit bottom, and then you break through that bottom, and it's like a new ceiling, and then you have a breakthrough. You get to meet God when you go to hell, if you want. So that's the breakthrough part. And so I wrote the song called Breakthrough because it was the Daily Word one day, and during COVID, we had these Wednesday night music and inspiration. Our new minister at the time, Reverend Susie Shadle, she plays flute, and she loved to play with different musicians. So she'd have different musicians come in on the Wednesday nights, and the whole thing was around whatever the daily word was that day. And this one day it was a breakthrough. And I had to, and then when COVID hit, they only allowed about 8 to 10 people, the same people in the building. Nobody else was allowed in there, and we could stream from there. So they had their Sunday services there, and we had the Wednesday nights there. And it was so great because like all week I would work on figuring out, okay, I need 4 songs that are about, joy. I need 4 songs about light. I need 4 songs about faith, whatever, praying. I need 4 songs on breakthrough. So I wrote this song called Breakthrough. And my second husband was an oldies DJ, still is, I guess. So I have kind of embodied doo-wop. So here's a little doo-woppy thing. There was a breakdown in my expectations with a face frown. I was feeling desperation, looking for that shiny pearl. Then I found my inner world, deep inside and through and through. And as I entered sacred space and feeling centered in this place, there was this is your part, breakthrough, revealing what is true, a sacred, right. I got a new point of view, there was a breakthrough, a breakthrough, breaking through and through. There was a breakdown, everything went wrong, and with a face frown, I began to write this song, looking for that shiny pearl. Then I found my inner world, deep inside and through and through. And as I entered sacred space and feeling centered in this place, there was a breakthrough, revealing what is true, a sacred breakthrough. I got a new point of view, there was a breakthrough, a breakthrough, breaking through and through. There's some confusion, the seeming limitation. It's just an illusion, the sense of separation. We're always changing and growing into more. Life's a rearranging metaphor. It took a shakedown to bring me back to me. This latest breakdown has really set me free, 'cause I found my inner world. I'm a radiating shiny pearl, deep within and through and through. And as I enter sacred space and feeling centered in this place, there was a breakthrough, revealing what is true, a sacred breakthrough. I got a new point of view, there was a breakthrough, a breakthrough, breaking through and through. There was a breakthrough, I am knowing what is true, a sacred breakthrough. I got a new point of view, I am a breakthrough, and you are too, breaking through and through, breaking through and through, breaking through and through. And so it is. Okay. Oh, here's one. I wrote this during COVID too. I know. Yeah, I need the capo. So I got on my bicycle. I've been exercising regularly since my 20s. And at that point, right before COVID, I was doing Pilates reformer classes and aerobics. And then they closed the YMCA. And I couldn't do it anymore, couldn't go. So my husband got my bicycle out of the shed, and I had ridden it maybe 5 times in the last 20 years. But I used to take the bike with me in the 80s. I took my Peugeot U08 on the back of my little car, and that was my exercise, riding the bike. And but it was right in the beginning of COVID, and he took it down to a bike shop, and he got new tires on it for me, and gave it a tune-up, and then within about 2 weeks, you could not get an appointment at a bike shop, because everybody got the same idea. I mean, especially in Florida, because it was March, but it was warm, so it wasn't like it was probably here. So I was riding my bike all over the place. And we have a beautiful park in my neighborhood, which is called Arlington Park. And, I'm out on the bike. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm outside. And our park has 2 dog parks, a large dog park and a small dog park. So there's all these dogs. There's all these dogs in the park. And I ride the bike, and I have my little ding-a-ling bell, I'm riding and going, good morning, good morning. Oh, what a cute dog. And I'm just expressing and being happy. I mean, I'm around people. I know a lot of people were isolated, and they didn't have that feeling. But, I mean, it was like it was a relief to me to not have to plan anything. I couldn't make plans. So, okay, I'll ride the bike for an hour, then I'll swim for an hour. That was my thing. Or writing songs and going to Unity on Wednesday night. And so I had different places. I go, where am I going to go today? Oh, maybe I'll go to the levee. We have a levee in Sarasota. And so usually when I ride up to the levee, there's nobody in there. I might see one person or something, but I'm on the bike and I can see, it looked like a group of people coming. And this, there's this thing called race consciousness. It's like the human race we're born into, negativity and good stuff too, but they call it race consciousness, like the things that people believe, things like, oh, well, my mother had this disease, so I'm going to get it too. That's race consciousness. Does it mean that? No, every moment's a new moment. You don't have to buy into that. And when we do, belief is a powerful tool, and then we may manifest that. So anyway, I see this group, and I say to myself, well, if they mug me, they'll get $20 in my cell phone. And I'm thinking, where did that come from? Race consciousness. And so I'm like, I never do the canceled. I don't do that, but I'm kind of thinking, whoa, that's not me, And so I get up to them on the bike, and it's 2 people. And it was a man and a woman, and I think they were arguing because he was about 3 feet ahead of her. And I think maybe I picked up on the negativity. I mean, I'll blame them, right? I'll blame them for my mental faux pas. And so I got up to them and I said, good morning. And that also was like I wasn't there. So here's my Jersey girl. And I don't know if they heard me. I don't care. I'm trying to go, what am I, invisible? So right then, I had a little breakthrough because I wrote this song right then, and it's called I'm an Invisible Woman. Making lemonade out of lemons. I'm an invisible woman. I'm an invisible woman. I'm an invisible woman. And I got superpowers. Try it with me. I'm an invisible woman. I'm an invisible woman. I'm an invisible woman. I got superpowers. My power is my consciousness. My power is my happiness. My power is my gratefulness. My power is my gracefulness. My power is my mindfulness. My power is my joyfulness. My power is my peacefulness. Flowing in and out of bliss. Here we go. I'm an invisible woman. I'm an invisible woman. I'm an invisible woman. I got superpowers. The love I share and the grace I show bring me me to that sacred flow. I know how to shift and grow, and I'm an empowered woman. Life is full of challenges, and life is a game that can be played. Turning lemons to lemonade, and I'm an empowered woman. Power is at our command. My power is my easefulness. My power is releasing stress. My power brings me great success. My power helps me decompress. As I trust the process, I invoke my faithfulness. My power is my lovingness, flowing in and out of bliss. Here we go. I'm an invisible woman. I'm an invisible woman. I'm an invisible woman. I got superpowers. I got superpowers. I got superpowers. I got superpowers. All right, from one mental faux pas. I mean, gifts are everywhere. They are. And it's a good thing I don't, sometimes I get embarrassed, but not that often. I could just be open about, things that happen. It's good. It's all good in the long run. Okay. So we have a place in Sarasota that it used to be celery fields. I live in Sarasota, Florida. And there's this place east of I-75. Used to be celery fields. And then back about 25 years ago, the county decided that they needed a place for, if there were going to be floods or a hurricane, for the water to go to. So they dredged these celery fields, and when they did that, just by the way, they found all these prehistoric bones and everything, but they took this dirt and they made this mound. They made this huge mound, and it took a long time for this to happen, but it's called the celery mound or the celery fields, but my husband named it Mount Sarasota, like the Sanskrit pronunciation for Sarasota, Sarasota. and there's no hills, there's no big hills. The biggest hill we have is if you walk the bridge. There's a huge bridge, and then you can go up and down a little bit, but there's no hills. So a lot of people, they made like a pathway to go this way, but a lot of people just went straight up, and they said, they tried to make it so you couldn't do that, but go straight up the hill, and really good exercise. And so this is, I'm digressing because this is another sunrise thing, but just to let you know, if you come to Sarasota, I'll take you up to Mount Sarasota. You can climb up the celery mound there, and watch the sunrise. You can look over the east, and you could see it pop through the horizon. I almost said Verizon. The horizon. I've been having problems with that. You can see it. But the magic part is that maybe an eighth of a mile or so directly east of Mount Sarasota is big cat habitat. And almost every morning when the sun pops through, you can hear lions and tigers roaring. It's the coolest thing. And they go like that's when they get fed, I guess. But we didn't go to Mount Sarasota the day I wrote this song. We went down to Siesta Key, which is part of Sarasota. It's in the Gulf of Mexico, and it's really famous for sunsets. But I like to go to the beach early in the morning before it gets too sunny and walk it. And if you know which buildings to look between, like you have your back to the Gulf, and if you find the right two buildings, you could witness a little bit of a sunrise also. And a friend of mine was visiting. Kate was visiting, and so James and Kate and I went down to Siesta Key to have a walk on the beach, and I was going to see the sunrise. I don't know about them, but because as soon as we get there, it's like, wow, I'm like walking fast in this, the sand is powdered quartz crystal. It's really amazing. And I'm walking and I'm trying to get to those, wherever those two houses or buildings were so I could watch this. And as I'm doing this, the song's going on in my head. Here comes the sun, like George Harrison. And I had a little epiphany. All of a sudden I realized, wait a minute, the sun doesn't come to us. We go to it via the planet Earth. You know, when planet Earth moves, and then it reveals the sun, not the other way around. Does it go this way or this way? I don't know. Anyway, the sun comes up that way because it doesn't come up. We are going down, I guess. And so then this song came out, Moving Into the Sunrise. You know, it's really fun for me to tell you about my city, you know, these really cool things that we have. Dog park, crystal sands of Siesta Key, Mount Sarasota, big cat habitat. Oh, and the Audubon Society built a building there, and there's these big lakes, and now it's habitats. Lots of birds, lots of water creatures. I'm moving into the sunrise. The earth is bringing me there. We're moving into the sunrise. It lights up everywhere, 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 everywhere. That's your part. Everywhere, 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 everywhere. Like this. Everywhere, 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 everywhere. I'm moving into the sunrise. The earth is bringing me there. We're moving into the spirit. It lights up everywhere. Where? Everywhere, 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 everywhere. I'm moving into the sunrise. The earth is bringing me there. The light is of the infinite. Each one holds a candle. The light is of the infinite. It gives us only what we can handle. Everywhere, everywhere. Let me hear you. You sing it for me. Let's do it again. Everywhere, I'm moving into the spirit. My soul is bringing me there. We're moving into the spirit. It lights up everywhere. Where? Everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. God is everywhere. I'm moving into the sunrise. I'm moving into the spirit. We're moving into the spirit. It lights up everywhere. Okay. Gotta get another hit of tea. So, you know, I'm a bit of an activist. I like being an activist. I like to take action. So, even when I was in high school, I realized that, you know, people would say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I got an epiphany then. I talking about it and doing it are two different things. You know, and so I think because of that, I was able to take action. I had that. That's a pretty clear distinction. Like some people think that, okay, you want a result. And they think that, some people, me too maybe sometimes, but if you have a good enough reason, it's still not the result, you know, for not having a result. It's not the same as the result, having a reason or an excuse. So you want a result. So, okay, so I wanted to share this song with you because I'm an activist. And so, you know, we hear a lot about fossil fuels this, fossil fuels that. I'm thinking, what is a fossil fuel anyway? What is that? What's a fossil fuel? And so I looked it up. Of course, I did my research. And fossil fuel is prehistoric organic material, including plants and animals, and including what kind of animals are prehistoric? Dinosaurs, right. So I made this song called Sustainability. I wrote it 2 years ago for Earth Day. Leave the dinosaurs in the ground, keep the fossils from being found. We have wind and we have water and the power of the infinite sun. Try that. Leave the dinosaurs in the ground, keep the fossils from being found. We have wind and we have water and the power of the infinite sun. Leave the dinosaurs in the earth, keep the fossils from that kind of rebirth. We have wind and we have water and the power of the infinite sun. Sustainability, it's good for you and me. Sustainability keeps us safe and keeps us free. Sustainability, it's good for the planet too. Sustainability keeps the earth green and blue. Let the dinosaurs rest in peace. Let the drilling of them finally cease. We have wind and we have water and the power of the infinite sun. We have wind and we have water and the power of the infinite sun. One more. We have wind and we have water and the power of the infinite sun. We've more than just begun, an idea whose time has come. There you go. Sustainability. What else do I have here? All right, let's see. It turns out I've written a lot of songs in these minor keys. It's kind of fun. Oh, I know what I'll sing you some song that my husband and I do together. He's a really good guitar player. He plays the song. Let me see. This is a John Prine song, and he sings it. He sang it with Iris DeMent. It's called "In Spite of Ourselves." You must know this one. Okay. Let me see if this is the right one. She don't like. Okay, so there's he sings first, then she sings, then they try. Okay. She don't like her eggs all runny. She thinks crossing her legs is funny. She looks down, her nose at money. She gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. Never gonna let her go. Now she sings. Well, he ain't got laid in a month of Sundays. Caught him once and he was sniffing my undies. Ain't too sharp, but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. He's my baby, I'm his honey, never gonna let him go. Then they sing together. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spy our noses right off our faces. It won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. She thinks all my jokes are corny. Convict movies make her horny. She likes ketchup on her scrambled eggs. Swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She takes a licking, keeps on ticking, never gonna let her go. He's got more balls than a big brass monkey. He's a whacked out weirdo and a love bug junkie. Sly as a fox, crazy as a loon. Payday comes and he's a howling at the moon. He's my baby, don't mean maybe, never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spy our noses right off our faces. It won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. It won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. It won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. In spite of ourselves. Fun. All right, so now I can do another minor song. Okay, let's see.
I like your minor songs.
The minor, yeah. I like it too. So, do you know that I've become a very prolific haiku poet? I started writing haiku poetry about 3 years ago or so, and I can't stop writing them. Sometimes. So, recently completed the course, an 8-week course on the book by Eric Butterworth, Spiritual Economics. You're probably all familiar with that. I had taken the course like 20 years ago, and I still had my book, the same copy, with the same notes in the edges and stuff. Really good book for me because I'm not a really enthusiastic reader because I don't like wearing the glasses, and it's just hard for me. That isn't how I learn so much. I learn by talking about it, listening, doing it. And so unless it's a course or I'm getting paid, right, then I can read. But it's, I really do learn. Like even reading books, I'll get the books on a CD and I'll listen to it. So, and I used to, when I was a kid in school, and I would make up ways to remember the stuff that I read, and sometimes I thought I was cheating, but I just created different ways to learn. I was a good student, but the reading thing. So that book, that Eric Butterworth, Spiritual Economics. So do you know that there were things in that book that weren't in that book the last time I took the course? And it was the same book, right? When the student is ready, the teachings appear. And I'm putting together a program called Spiritual Economics Through Song. So maybe, if I come back next year, I can do that for the Sunday morning. And I've written a bunch of little songs to go with some of the principles in that book. But the homework, it's like it took me hours to get through each chapter because I kept having to stop to write down haiku poems that would help me to actually learn the principles. Write it down. And so I wrote over 400 of them for this course. It wasn't for the course, as part from my learning process. And then the last class, we always have some projects. So I picked out my favorite 78 and read them too. That was my project. So I wrote a song called Haiku Poetry. So it goes like that. I haven't played it in a while, so let's see. Haiku poetry's in my blood. Haiku poetry comes from up above. Haiku poetry deep within me. Haiku poetry all around me. Haiku poetry's in my brain. Haiku poetry keeps me fully sane. Finding answers in the 575. You know a haiku poem, right? It's 3 lines, 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 7 syllables, and then 5 syllables. So I call that the 575. Finding answers in the 575. Haiku poetry's keeping me alive. Haiku poetry is energy. It touches upon infinity. It links me to my divinity. Haiku poetry is all around me. Ah, energy is healing. Energy is revealing. Energy is the feeling of spirit everywhere. Energy is strengthening. Energy brings lengthening to all of our sacred moments. Life becomes a prayer. Life becomes a prayer. Haiku energy's in my dreams. Haiku energy tells me what I'm meaning. Sharing secrets that I used to keep. I'm awakening as I sleep. Haiku energy's in my soul. Haiku energy don't have to lose control. Choices are mine and they're up for grabs. I'm choosing joy and it sure feels fab. Yeah, 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 yeah. Haiku energy's in my bones. Haiku energy won't leave me alone. Haiku poetry deep within me. Haiku poetry is all around me. So it is. Okay. So I'm just going to do a few more if it's okay, because my voice is like so. Okay. All right, so I made this one up in the pool. This one's, I was studying roots, the roots of science of mind. And let me see, what's the story about this one? Oh, this one, let's see. Okay, this was what I learned from Emma Curtis Hopkins, one of the people that Ernest Holmes studied with. And I think Fillmore's did too, or at least Charles Fillmore studied with Emma. She was known as the teacher's teacher. So she said a lot of interesting things like there is no evil, well, there's no power of evil, there's evil deeds, but there's no power of evil, there's no power of dark, it's an absence of the light. Evil is an absence of good, and it's always ego-based. It's ego-based. So, and she also talked about, and there is no matter. And like, what does that mean? There's no matter. Well, what I got out of that is that, see, I always thought that matter was like something physical. The matter. No, matter is always in the mental. And so we make things matter. Like Werner Erhard said, we're meaning-making machines. Like we make this mean that, and that means that, and they matter. And so, yeah, I mean, you can call this matter, but it all starts in the mind. It all starts in the spiritual realm. So, and the musicians use this expression a lot. You know, when they're tuning, I know my guitar's a little out of tune, but I have to change the string. But, they're tuning up and they say, well, it's mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. You've used that, right? I think all musicians that play guitar, because they just go out of tune. So it doesn't matter if you don't mind. So, and she says, focus on something else. So it's like all the weird stuff that's happening in the world, especially in our country these days. And, I can see that. I can make lemonade out of what happened today with our president. We'll see what happens, but women are going to vote. So let's see if I haven't played it often. So just, put our attention on what feels better. It doesn't matter if you don't mind, focusing attention on the divine. Look within to see what you find. It doesn't matter if you don't mind. Want to try that with me? It doesn't matter if you don't mind, focusing attention on the divine. Look within to see what you find. It doesn't matter if you don't mind. It doesn't matter if you don't mind, focusing attention on the divine. Look within to see what you find. It doesn't matter if you don't mind. Thoughts create our feelings. Now, maybe you didn't know that. People will say, a feeling came over me. Right? Yeah, a feeling came over you because you had probably unconscious beliefs about this. Could be conscious too, but feelings can come over us, but if we have to look to, well, what do I need to know about this? What do I believe about this? And you find that. So let's see. Thoughts create our feeling. The mind brings power for healing. Recognize and unify. Reaffirm what you first deny. So that's in that spiritual mind treatment I mentioned before, the 5 steps. Well, sometimes there's 7 steps because, you get to, you do those first 2 steps that are the presence and the God is all there is and God and I are one. And then there's you affirm the good, but especially if I'm doing treatment for someone else and they're having a challenge, I deny that. There's no truth to that. There is no whatever they're worrying about. There is no. And then you reaffirm. So thoughts create our, and then you're grateful and then you release. Thoughts create our feelings. The mind brings powerful healing. Recognize step 1 rather, unify. Reaffirm what you first denied. It doesn't matter if you don't mind, focusing attention on the divine. Look within to see what you find. It doesn't matter if you don't mind. Here's step 4 and 5. Gratefully I release my word. Thankfully the universe has heard. It is done, it is what it is. All is well and so it is. It doesn't matter if you don't mind, focusing attention on the divine. Look within to see what you find. It doesn't matter if you don't mind. It doesn't matter if I don't mind. It doesn't matter if you don't mind. Thanks for listening to that. That was fun. I haven't done that one in a long time. So, I've just been busy. Oh, you know what? I should do this song, another fun one. I didn't write this. Mindy Simmons wrote it. Did you know Mindy? She was a Florida treasure, boy. She passed away a couple years ago. But she wrote this song called Ain't Florida Neat. So, I'm proud of New Jersey, and I'm proud of Florida, and I'm proud of a lot of places. I'm proud of my country, and I love New York. So she wrote this song called Ain't Florida Neat. And it's all about the bugs that we have. You know, there's a lot of bugs in Florida. Okay, so let me see. Oh, we got roaches the size of Texas, and they got wings so they can fly. They're full of protein, you think I'm kidding? Hey, my mom can feed an army with her sweet palmetto pie. Yum, yum. We got fire ants, those cute little fire ants. They're so tiny, why they can't hurt a thing. But then they'll swarm you, no they don't warn you. They all get set, get ready, one blows a whistle in unison. They sting right up to your kneecaps. We got seaweed in our bathing suits. We got sand spurs in our feet. We're kicking back with Jimmy's margaritas, swatting sandflies and mosquitoes. Ain't Florida neat? Yeah, mosquitoes. We got mosquitoes, and all the females, they suck your blood. They suck your blood and make you itch, that's it. It's satisfying, no I ain't lying. When one bites you, you slap her dead and say, I got you, skeeter. And then there's love bugs. I hate love bugs. Let's see, is there a stronger word than hate? A bug that gets it way more than I do. You know they're hooked up for a lifetime. I can't even get a date. Oh man, I would tell her, Mindy, don't sing that. You know, you stop singing that song and you'll get some dates. Yeah, we got red tide in our oceans. There's rotten fishes down on the beach. We're kicking back with Jimmy's margaritas, fighting gators for golf balls in Florida neat. Hey, we got reptiles, oh lots of reptiles. We got snakes and frogs and gecko lizards too. They eat the insects, so they have my full respect. Yeah, I'd hate to live in Florida without them, wouldn't you? Probably. Except we did have an alligator in our swimming pool last year. We got seaweed in our bathing suits. We got sand spurs in our feet. We're kicking back with Jimmy's margaritas, dodging possums on the highways, fighting gators for golf balls, racing snowbirds for parking. Ain't Florida neat? Yes. Okay, what's going to be the last song here now? Let's see. I have a lot of them, but I know. I want to do this one I made. It's called All Is Well. It's a good ending song. It's kind of like a little bit of a, little like an anthem, a little bit. Let's see, what am I going to do this one? It's called All Is Well. See if we can just get into the feeling of this. Just being in the flow. And being grateful. Here's your part. All is well, all is well, all is well, continually. Let's try that part. All is well, all is well, all is well, continually. All is well, all is well, all is well for you and me, for you and me. Let's try the whole thing now. All is well, all is well, all is well, continually. the flow of life, in a boat of gratitude, on a river of healing light, a river of light. Here we are. All is well, all is well, all is well, continually. All is well, all is well, all is well for you and me. In the infinite flow, we find more gifts when we know that life is an attitude, and challenges can help us grow. Now, there is no success without failure. It's part of success. All is well, all is well, all is well, continually. All is well, all is well, all is well for you and me. I surrender to what is as I trust in the flow. I affirm my gratitude as I release and I let go. All is well, all is well, all is well, continually. All is well, all is well, all is well for you and me, for you and me continually. And so it is. Thank you, everybody. I'll see y'all next year. I hope. Yes. Okay.